Over the past few weeks, I've had multiple viewers ask me the same question. Should I be switching from the Amex Platinum to the Robinhood Platinum? And here's why I took that question very seriously. My wife and I both carry the Amex Platinum, and that Amex Platinum is $895 per year. And since we have one each, that's $1,790 a year before we spend a single dollar on travel. So when Robinhood launched a $695 card and marketed directly at Amex Platinum holders and started showing up in my subscribers' inboxes asking whether they should switch, I ran the math. Here's what I found. The net value is real, but I counted 6 asterisks getting there. And by the end of this video, you're going to decide whether 6 asterisks is worth $695. And when you see the full picture, you'll understand exactly why I call this a cashback card in a tuxedo. Today, I'm walking you through the Robinhood Platinum across 3 categories using a credits-only framework. No earning multipliers in the fee justification, no health and wellness credits in the travel math. Credits against the fee. That's the only honest way to evaluate a card at this price point. So make sure to write down 2 numbers before we start, $330 and $514. And I'll tell you exactly what both mean at the end. Let's start with the category that matters most of a card calling itself Platinum, and that's travel. The Robinhood Platinum Card starts with a $300 travel credit. It's clean. Flights, hotels, car rentals, it all applies broadly. You spend $300 on travel, you get $300 back. No tricks, full credit. Let's move to the hotel credit though. Robinhood markets this as $500 per year, $250 every 6 months with a 2-night minimum. But here's what the fine print adds. If you book a luxury tier property, you get the full $250. But if you book a standard hotel, that credit drops to $100. The property tier controls how much you get back. That is asterisk 1, the tier penalty. If you book the wrong property and $250 becomes $100. Compare that to the Amex Platinum. It's $600 per year, $300 at each 6 months. Fine Hotels and Resorts is their luxury tier. It only has a 1-night minimum. And if you book through the Hotel Collection, which is the non-luxury option, there is a 2-night minimum like Robinhood. But the $300 credit does not get reduced. You pick the hotel. The value stays the same. Amex never penalizes you for your hotel choice. Unfortunately, Robinhood does. For that reason, I can only value the Robinhood hotel credit at $350 because of that tier penalty. Amex gets the full $600. Let's move to lounge access. Now, the Robinhood Platinum comes with Priority Pass. And if you've never had lounge access before, that sounds like a win. But here's the direct comparison. Amex Platinum gives you access to the Centurion Lounge network. That is proprietary lounges that Amex built specifically for their cardholders. You also get access to escape lounges and even Delta Sky Clubs when you are flying Delta. With Robinhood Platinum, you get Priority Pass. There's no proprietary network. There's nothing that they built themselves. And on guest policy, Amex lets you bring 2 guests at no charge to a Priority Pass lounge. Robinhood allows you no guests. Robinhood charges you $695, and you have to leave your family member or significant other at the gate. That's asterisk 2. A lounge card with 0 guest access at a $695 price point. The card also comes with TSA PreCheck or Global Entry, and it's a real credit up to $120. No restrictions worth mentioning. It is table stakes at this fee level, but it works. Then you have no foreign transaction fee, which is real also, but also it's still table stakes. Any card above $300 a year should be doing this. We don't give points for clearing the minimum bar. How about elite status? This is the gap where no one is really talking about. Amex Platinum gives you Hilton Gold and Marriott Gold automatically. There's no spend threshold, there's no application, just status on day 1. Robinhood Platinum gives you nothing. There's no airline status, there's no hotel status, nothing. For a card challenging the definition of platinum, the absence of any status benefit is not a footnote, it is a verdict. And so for category 1, the verdict is it's a fail. The $300 travel credit works. Everything else, unfortunately, has a condition, a restriction, or a comparison that goes against it. This is not a premium travel credit card. Let's move to category 2, which is health and wellness. And I'm going to keep this section real tight because what it reveals matters more than the credits themselves. Not because the benefits aren't real, they are, but because of what they reveal about this card's identity. You get up to $200 towards a health wearable, an ongoing Oura Ring membership after the initial purchase, Amazon One Medical, which is an on-demand primary care valued at $199 per year, and Function Health, a comprehensive diagnostic lab membership valued at $365 annually. Now I'll give Robinhood a direct credit on the Oura Ring membership specifically. They beat Amex. That's a genuine win in this section. When you hand over $695 for a card marketed as the actual Platinum Card, were you expecting Centurion Lounge type access and Hilton Gold status? Or were you expecting a doctor's appointment through Amazon One and a diagnostic test through Function Health? I'm not counting any of these credits in the annual fee math. Not because they aren't real, they are. But this card marketed itself as the actual Platinum Card, so I'm going to grade it that way. Use every one of the benefits if you hold this card. They are legitimately good, but this category is not why you would choose a $695 travel card. And that confusion between identities is exactly the thesis of this review. So the category 2 verdict is fail. Not because the benefits don't work, they do. But that is not the focus of the actual Platinum Card, and that is the identity crisis. A wearable health tracker and a diagnostic lab membership? In a $695 travel card, the tuxedo is starting to show its lining. Now let's move to category 3, which is dining and lifestyle. Now this is Robinhood's strongest section, and I want to be fair here because they did show up. Dining credit, the card gives you $250 in annual dining with broad usage. Now I'm going to count that at full face value at $250. You then got DoorDash, where you'll get 2 $10 discounts every month, and in January you get 3. That's $220 across the 11 standard months plus 30 in January for a total face value of $250 per year. But each discount requires a minimum $50 order. That is a behavioral spend floor you have to clear before the discount even activates. That, unfortunately, is asterisk number 3, the $50 minimum spend floor. A conditional discount with a purchase minimum is not the same as $10 in your pocket each meal. I'm going to value DoorDash at 50 cents on the dollar. $250 becomes $125. That is the number going into the math. And so the category 3 verdict is pass. $250 in dining credit plus $125 in realistic DoorDash value equals $375 in dining benefit. If you're a regular restaurant spender who uses DoorDash, this category will carry its weight. Now, before I show you the math, let's talk about the multipliers because I want to be clear about where they fit. Multipliers are not in my net value number. The fee math stands alone. Multipliers tell you where to put your spend, not whether the card pays for itself. And with the Robinhood Platinum, you'll get 10% on hotels and rental cars when you book through the Robinhood portal and 5% on dining up to $50,000 annually. With the Amex Platinum, you get 5% on prepaid hotels booked through the Amex portal and 5% on flights through the portal or directly through an airline. Now let's move to the math. One more thing before we move to the math. Robinhood Platinum does include a $250 annual autonomous ride-sharing credit. If you're regularly using Waymo, that's a real benefit. But for most people watching, including myself, it's a benefit that does not exist in your market yet. Now, I'm not going to penalize Robinhood for being early, but I'm also not going to count money you can't spend. It's not in the math. So that's asterisk 4. Only works if the service operates in your city. Now, as we get ready to look at these numbers, I do need to be upfront about my methodology because the Amex Platinum has credits I deliberately left out of this comparison. Here is everything I did exclude from the Amex column. That includes a $200 airline fee credit, $120 Uber One membership, $300 in digital entertainment, $300 at Lululemon, $50 at Saks, which is being discontinued after June 30th, $155 in Walmart Plus membership, and $300 towards Equinox. That is $1,425 in additional Amex credits sitting off the table. I excluded them for one reason. Robinhood has no equivalent benefit for a single one of them. Adding credits with no counterpart isn't a fair comparison. It's a pile-on. The Equinox credit specifically falls into the same health and wellness category I already excluded from Robinhood's math. The methodology is symmetric on both sides. What you're about to see is Robinhood's best case. I handicapped Amex by $1,425 to give Robinhood a fair shot, and it still doesn't close the gap. And that's before we even get to the welcome bonus. Now, remember those two numbers I asked you to hold at the top of the video? $330 and $514? Here's exactly where they come from. For Robinhood, you have $300 travel credit. The hotel credit I value at $350. The dining credit at $250. And DoorDash, which I value at $125. That brings the total credits to $1,025. The annual fee is $695, and the net value is $330. $330 is your Robinhood Platinum number. That's above the annual fee if you use those credits and clear every condition. Let's move to Amex with the same methodology, credits only, no multipliers. With Amex, at the travel credit, you're going to get $600 at full value. I'm also including Clear Plus since it's directly related to travel, $209. The dining credit is $400 through Resi at $100 every quarter. And then you have Uber Cash at $200 for the year. The total for those Amex credits is $1,409. And once you subtract the $895 annual fee, you get $514 of value. So those are your two numbers, $330 for Robinhood Platinum, $514 for Amex Platinum. And remember, that Amex column is already missing $1,425 worth of credits. I set aside to make sure this was fair. The real gap is actually significantly wider. We haven't even touched on the welcome bonus yet, and that's where it gets decisive. So when we get to this final verdict, I ask 4 questions with simple answers. Question 1. Does the Robinhood Platinum justify its $695 annual fee? Well, for a very specific type of person that is a dedicated Robinhood investor who eats out regularly, uses DoorDash, and can clear all 6 of those asterisks, yes, $330 above the fee. That is a real number for a real profile. But clearing those 6 conditions on a $695 card is a significant qualifier. Make sure to run your own math before you commit. Question number 2. Is the Robinhood Platinum Card a premium travel card? The answer is no. The hotel benefit is tiered, and the moment you book outside of the luxury tier, you lose approximately 67% of that credit's value. You get no airline status, no hotel status, no proprietary lounge network. Priority Pass has 0 guest allowance. The travel infrastructure on this card does not match the marketing. So then we move to question number 3. Is it a premium cashback card? The answer is no again. It's not really a cashback card. Any earnings you have goes to your Robinhood brokerage account, not a statement credit, not cashback that you can redirect anytime that you choose. That's asterisk 5. Your earnings are locked inside the Robinhood ecosystem. They are better cashback cards that give you a statement credit and let you decide exactly what you do with your money. Question 4. Should you switch from the Amex Platinum to the Robinhood Platinum? For most people, the math says no. $330 net value versus $514. And that's Robinhood on its best day. With Amex already carrying a $1,425 handicap, even for the person who clears all 6 of these asterisks. Here's what year 1 actually looks like. Robinhood Platinum has a 0 welcome bonus. None. They don't offer one. That is asterisk 6. A $0 welcome bonus on a $695 card competing directly against a minimum of 80,000 points with the Amex Platinum. And that is the minimum. You can easily find welcome bonuses much higher. At 2 cents per point, which is a conservative transfer value to partners, that is $1,600 in additional year 1 value alone. That gap isn't a few $100s a year. In year 1, it's closer to $2,000 in a single year. That is the number Robinhood's entire marketing campaign does not want you to do the math on. This card is not a competitor to the Amex Platinum. It is a well-dressed cashback card. Good construction, quality materials, but a $695 cashback card in a tuxedo is still a $695 cashback card. The real platinum isn't the metal, it's the math. Now that you've seen the Robinhood math, you need to know about the Amex Platinum, the 2026 changes, which include lounge access changes, a credit going away, and loopholes that are unfortunately already disappearing in 2026, and you'll find that video right here.